Hi, I'm Marilyn Howard, and I want to tell you a story about violent dates based on my memoir. It will help you watch out for the dark side. I learned the hard way about some men. Watch out, there can be a lot of personal baggage underneath that handsome dating costume. You might just be a master manipulator, an abuser, or worse. I may have looked like a sweet pushover, but I wasn't. Fighting with my older brother as a child made me better able to stand up against a couple of violent men. After breaking up with one guy, I found out he had a history of hitting and bruising women. While I had seen a little of his temper, he was a successful businessman. I was young and wanted to see the best in him. I couldn't imagine him doing anything deliberately brutal. Perhaps I should have caught an obvious sign. One night, he invited me to his apartment for a delicious dinner with fine wines. After dinner and a pleasant conversation, he engaged me in a fun wrestling match, testing my ability to protect myself. I think I scared him good. Those years of fighting with my brother paid off. Beyond being able to physically thwart his aggressions and show how he might get injured, I made sure he knew that hurting me would be the end of our relationship. Any man who might try to harm me would definitely be out of my life forever. It's important to be sure any questionable man knows the consequences and mean it. He never tried. Years later, I fell for a charming guy who was a successful partner in a small finance firm. He had 2 lovely grown daughters. His songs to me were Anything You Want, You Got It by Roy Orbison, and I Will Always Love You by Natalie Cole. It took 8 months before his temper and abusive side first showed up. We were alone in a remote beach house on Nantucket Island, far from any help when it began. After a long car ride there, his temper suddenly erupted. While staring fiercely, he began ranting and raving about various things that upset him. Much of what he said didn't make any sense. Eyes darting back and forth. He acted and looked like a madman. I was afraid, but I knew I had to stay calm or the situation might escalate into physical abuse. I listened while occasionally trying to diffuse his temper with a simple answer. This went on for a couple of hours. Thankfully, he eventually wore out and fell asleep from exhaustion. The next day, he apologized for the night before, saying his temper happened when he didn't get enough sugar to his brain. Then we tried a shrink. 2 distinct personalities emerged. People embody a complex range of emotions, genes, and habits. Some toxic people will set off red flags right away. Others don't. Any person may have unresolved issues that need to be understood. Love at first sight can set up the chemistry, but remember, it takes time to get to know the dark side. These messages are based on experiences in my book, The Writing on the Wall. Direct links and many great reviews are at thewritewall.com. If the video today made you smile, please like and share it with your friends. Let's meet up again soon.